there is all of this weird stuff in coding. There's this weird atmosphere. There's this weird influence, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, influence. The same kind of influence that pervades everything. That's slithering its way into all of this, into computer programming, which it couldn't be less of a moralizing place to be. Like it has nothing to do with ethics. I mean, you'd have to really. 1+1 is 2. We don't need to have a. We don't need to have a moral, ethical lesson, teaching, talking to use 1+1 = 2, right? That has nothing to do with anything social justice related or anything like that. Social justice, that's one of those phrases they gave us. Anyways. But in these websites, it's like, and maybe it just depends on the company, I guess. But like this type of stuff right here, the Equal Justice Initiative. I'm sitting here trying to figure out something related to coding, not related to justice. Racial justice. Hold on, let me stop what I'm doing so I can look into this racial justice some more. And then there's that, and then there's this other stuff about I just happened to see it in passing about, let me see if I find it again. Code of conduct. Do you want to police my conduct now? Like what? Code of conduct? We have to, I'm telling you, it's like slithering in. Oh, that's par for the course. That's just part of how it works. Of course, a code of conduct. Okay, well then what does that entail? Well, we'll let you know. We're gonna ponder over that and come up with something real good for you to abide by. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Equal justice, code of conduct. I'm just trying to fucking code. I'm not trying to have my conduct policed. It's there. It's always there. And there's little. Of course they need that. Of course. Oh, don't you know? Because what if that wasn't there? Could you imagine the insanity? If that wasn't there, gosh, we might just be forced to don't know, use our own judgment? No, it's better for us to be policed. Yeah. It's better we have it all written out like we're dumbasses. You can't just leave people to code on their own. God, what is this, the Wild West? You have to have a code of conduct. I mean, how else will we know how to act? Otherwise, people will just totally, speak freely and act freely, and gosh, they need to know that they're under a code. Anyways, all right. Yeah, npm install. Well, I mean, that one came with it. I wonder if you can tell me. It's just gonna put me back to a commercial. Wait, there it is. npm install what? Yeah. And save that. That's right. npm install at 11ty / save dev. Okay, good. The other one is no, I guess that's it. Right. First you get 11ty. What is 11ty? It is a 11ty is a this is where it gets confusing because Nonjux is the templating language, whereas 11ty is what again? No, I don't even remember. Man, the guy posted all of his code. Like, here's a long form of all of my code. Posted as text in this little window. No. See, and then I scroll down and it like reloads. This is the one here. Jumping into frameworks. It's too big of a project to do with vanilla JavaScript. Okay. Static site generator. That's what it is. A static site generator. Okay. I'd almost forgotten. Okay. to say 1ty, because I want to be able to use this later. Okay.
Dev and unzoomed in, so it's breaking over multiple lines. But there you go. Normally it would look something like that. And the reason we're running save dev is
So we
because
get that, and then
it's
what?
something we need for the development process, but it's not something that will be public.
And then,
it's
all
going
right.
to let the project know that we need this as something to work, but only on the development
Once
side.
you have that, you need to open
install. It's going to grab all the files and all the stuff to work, and it's going to create a node package.
You need to have a source folder.
Folder in here, and it shouldn't take too much longer.
Give me a second.
Let's go. There we go.
Pause him. Source folder you need to have. Okay, so inside of the oops. That guy works at a coffee shop. I don't know why. That kind of seems strange to me. He doesn't seem like he needs to work at a coffee shop. Kind of seems a little weird, honestly. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get a lot of the people down here. Anyways, alright. And then once you're in there, and I'm not saying that as like that's a good thing. I'm not saying like he works at a coffee shop, I should just go work in a coffee shop. Fuck no. That is definitely not what I'm saying. Right, here comes Dale. Time to have somebody directly on the other side of my door for the next 5 hours. Alright, cool. Then you create... Right. Create... The part where you have to actually configure SAS, I still don't know how to do. But, alright. Mm-hmm. just making notes. I'm not even coding, I'm just making notes. What is this? That and that. Paste, except it's a period now. Alright. And then, right, and then this. Right. And then this. Might as well just take a snapshot of it. I'm not writing all this out. Whatever, this is fine. I'll know what I mean. Good to know. I mean, it's, half of this is like, okay, should I write this down at all? Or should I just do it and hope I remember next time or something? Where am I at? Configuration. Here. Copy. Paste. Okay. Good enough. Why does that? To a site. The ironic thing is, I think that dude's younger than I am. These like mid-20s dudes who want to act like they're 45. Old lady on the walk. Watson goes out into the middle of the yard, takes a shit where nobody's ever stepped foot before. Like, you gotta be aiming for shit if you go and step in that. Some lady's in the flower garden, looks up at me. She has no teeth. I try to be nice and I smile at her. She goes, "You're gonna clean that up." She said it exactly like that. "You're gonna clean that up." Bitch. Next time I'm just gonna say no and walk away. Make me, bitch. Anyways. You're gonna clean that up. Okay, well, you're gonna mind your own fucking business. I mean, it's one thing if it's in, now it says save young LGBTPTPQT. How many other letters do we need? Bruh. Like, I don't know how people don't lose it. I really don't. They're really pushing everybody to the very edge of toleration. But anyways, it's not gonna stay. People are just gonna keep looking the other way. Whew. Anyways, here we are. Oh, just live and let live, right? Yeah, just look the other way. Just let us keep doing what we're doing. Okay, anyway, let me finish this. Get your projects folder, initialize, get that. And then, okay, so now I have 11ty, so then it's going to export to that. What about our... So that's 11ty. It also has a... Like, we already live in fucking wacko world as it is. We're already here. It's just nobody's acknowledging it. It's a giant pink elephant and everybody's just standing by. We're just gonna keep standing by and watch all this happen? Okay. We'll see for how long that lasts. What was I about to say? Hold on. Was that in here? Oh, yeah. And then also to... Okay, so then I'll just say, like, use 11ty live server. And that is over here. I mean, I could just... It's probably easier to do it this way. And then it'll just, 11ty dev server, what does it say? Honestly, I don't remember where it tells you how to do that, but it's in here somewhere. Deployment? Build, but what about serve? That's for deployment. I don't want deployment, I want serve. Command line user. Maybe it's in here. Did they put it in here? Serve, sort of, yeah. Okay, run 11. It's right here, I think. But that's not even really it, because it's not npx. I mean, I guess this is it. Performance. I don't care about that. We'll just. Let's just look at the code of conduct for a second. In the interest of fostering an open and welcoming environment, we ask contributors to maintain a pledge to make participation in a harassment-free, regardless of age, body size, disability, ethnicity, gender identity, expression, level of experience, nationality, personal appearance, race, religion, sex, sexual orientation, identity. Tell us more. It's a little light. It's a little light. You're treading on thin ice. And we're supposed to just like not think anything about that, I guess. Well, whatever. We'll just say, I mean, it tells you to do that, but okay. Well, this way, when I come back to it, it'll what is it? 11T serve. Okay. 11T serve. And a build script as well. And that one will say, guess what? Build. And that just says 11T. And I'm not going to bother looking that up because I know that's what it is. Okay. This. Okay. I mean, you could put open there, but npm run. Do you do npm run start in quotes, or which way do you do it? Like a. I do it all the time, but I don't even remember what I'm doing. No, you're just saying npm start. Okay. Localhost 8080. looks weird. I don't know. It looks like it's not the right color. But whatever. I don't fucking care. Okay. So this is the basic setup. Now what I can talk about is the Alright. Now we're going to talk about just so I understand how it even really works at all, you know. Inside of source folder, um, and is that part of, yeah, that's part of, create, like I'm too old. I am, I'm just too old at this point. Like I am, I'm just too old. I don't, not that I ever really did have the tolerance for, like, I don't know. Like, you have to really, really be very, very patient. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but you have to be really I guess maybe if more things had gone right, I would have that extra amount of patience. But It's like I already see where something's going. Like, I already have an idea for it at this age, no matter what it is. Like, way before it actually arrives. So it's kind of just like, I don't know how to say it. Index. Okay. Change. And then in root folder, hold on. Well, no, in source folder. The fuck? I don't need you to give me a goddamn fucking window. Just because the word's not fucking spelled right, you gotta give me a fucking pop-up now? God damn it, Google. I know, let's throw a pop-up in their face and make them click away from it just because they don't have a properly spelled word. Like, seriously? Yeah. Okay. Alright. I don't know how this works. But it'll be helpful to look at later. Whatever. Okay. Right. Okay. Now what? Now what? Okay, so. Inside of this. You gotta remove that, remove the entire head, and opening body tag. Okay. I just I'm just done on a level that most people can't comprehend. Anyways, let me get that closing body tag in there. Okay. What did he call it?
Go node modules, and that's just full of stuff. Sorry, a package locking. You won't be going in that. Regular whether you get the hyphen it's taking HTML files, Markdown files, other templating languages. It will automatically take those. But what it will not take and it won't touch is other things.
Oh, that's right. Forgot that part. You gotta do that part too. Hold on. Or did I do that? Oh, okay, yeah. And then also, I don't know what a templating language is. Anything that's not a templating language. Does that have a definition? I want to say that for now because that's the best I got. So, in order to get those, you also include in the, what did I call it? Configuration function. This, wait, no. This, that. Okay.
Things like this assets folder, which has an image in it, and images over here, and it did not take my CSS file.
Right.
So I actually have to tell 11t to do that. So to be able to change a configuration file, we have our 11t.js as our configuration file. To be able to change that, you want to stop this process because you can't update a configuration file. It's not going to change if everything is running. So I'm going to do a control C, and that says terminate job. I do yes, and now we can clear that, and we're not running anything. It's not watching my files. And I can come in here, and this is why I wanted my 11t config in the first place, is to tell it we do want it to grab a few of the files. We need our CSS, we need our images, and all of that. So to tell, if you ever have things that you need 11t to take and pass through from our source file to our public folder that it's not doing by default, you need to tell it to do that. So to be able to do that, we do 11t config dot add pass through copy, like this, with the camel case the same way. And then we tell it what we want it to pass through. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure we're going to our root, we're going to go to our src, and we want our CSS, so I can say style.css. Like that. Make sure you have a semicolon at the end here, and then we can do another one. Config.add pass-through copy, and this time where do we want to go? We want it to go into our, you can actually tell it, you can use Robin here too to find it a little bit easier, but I'm also going to tell it to grab my assets. So it's just going to go and find in my source, my assets. It's going to take anything that's in here. So just by including the folder, you don't have to say every single file because that would be a nightmare. So if we do that, I hit save, and now we do an npm start.
This guy's like
once again, so
the most like beta
all my public folder. And now we can go and
guy ever.
And now, hey, look, my images are working because they're being passed through. And this first image worked because I think I had an on-splash image there, but these ones weren't coming through before. So now those
like
images
the way
are coming
he
through,
talks,
and
the timbre of his voice.
Things up, but at least my images are coming through, and my CSS is coming through. The layout is working now. So first step is done. All the things we need to get to that endpoint are now going there. So that's already kind of nice, but now we do need to start turning this into a template instead of a static HTML file. Because the reason we want to do that is if you had an actual blog that was like this, and say right now I have
now we're getting into the template part.
So when we looked at that page, we saw those featured articles, and I don't want to have to come into there and say, okay, I'm updating my featured article, so I'm going to delete this one from here, and then I'm going to change this to another article, and I have to do this all through like the hard copy. Oh my goodness, that would be an absolute nightmare.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So instead of having to come in and do everything hard-coded in here, I want to set it up with templates. It makes it easy peasy, link it into a CMS, and we're rolling. So it's not as much work as you might think it's going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this process for now, just because I don't want it to be building new stuff as I'm doing all of this all the time. We can do a clear. And what I'm going to do is delete my public folder, because there's stuff in here that's we're going to get rid of. So continue. Yes, delete, please. All right, so the very first thing I'm going to do is we're going to come into my source folder. I'm going to make a new folder called _includes. And this is the way 11t is set up by default. It's going to look for an includes folder set up exactly like this. So that's why I'm calling it _includes. And the very first thing I'm going to do in here is I'm going to write a base.njk. NJK is short for Ninjux. It's a templating language. Nice thing with 11t is there's a whole world of templating languages that you can use, and you can choose, I think, from, like, there's so many you can choose from, it's crazy. So I'm going to be using NJK because I'm familiar with it. If you prefer other ones, or you already have a templating language that you prefer, go with that. So for my base, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an exclamation point tab, because I want this to, we want this base thing. We don't have to include that on every page. We want to have a template that includes that for us. So here I have all of this. Now, actually, one really fast thing. If you go to your settings, which are under File, Preferences, Settings, or Control, comma, probably Command, comma, if you're on a Mac, come up here and write Emmet. It might not work by default, so you actually have to tell Emmet to look for, like in this case, NJK files that it will transform, or it will treat them like an HTML file. So if I use Emmet within an NJK, it treats it as if it's HTML, and I get all my HTML Emmet functionality. So you might have to add a different thing in there depending. I remember getting stuck on that, being very frustrated when I couldn't use Emmet at the beginning. So there we go. That's the very first thing that I want to do, so I have somewhere that I can be working from. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete the title, and we're going to come here, and I'm going to write title. And what this means is now